Hello everybody, welcome to Reverse Homesteading. We are at a beachside Airbnb and I thought I'd give you a run around the garden, let you know what I might have done with the space. Of course it's everybody's preference, but there were some things here that might have worked a bit better. But yeah, I don't think they're the original owners anyway here. It might have just been done as an Airbnb garden and that's why it's a bit basic, a bit empty. But anyway, here are a few tips and things that I might have done differently. Here you've got some melaleucas, which will be very pretty when they flower. People also call these kinds of melaleucas and that sort of thing. There are a few different genuses, I think, in that kind of thing, with the bottlebrush kind of flowers. Yeah. They'd be great when they're flowering, but here they've sort of come right out past where some of the bedrooms are, right out into this entertaining area, so they've grown a bit big. I would have got a dwarf kind of variety or some other kind of bottlebrush, which do feed the pollinators and nectar-loving birds. I would have got some. There are some that only grow to 1.5 or 2 metres. They would have been good there. These are fantastic. They're a form of acacia that I used to know. I'll put it in the description if I can find them. And they're quite good, but as you can see, the leaves are preventing anything else from growing there, and there's also a bit of shade there. It's north over there, so that's where most of the sun comes. And yeah, it's a little bit shady there. Here we've got a similar thing. They must have liked acacias. They're very low maintenance. There's a little Banksia. That might be the birthday candles variety of Banksia. I used to work in a native plant nursery, but I don't remember all of the botanical names. There used to be a joke at Christmas time. We'd only get the Christmas lunch out and about at a cafe if we could name, I think it was about 10 of the botanical names of things around us at the botanical gardens we were at. That's when the boss would pay for lunch, but I'm sure he would have paid anyway. Yeah, there's not much else here around the back. There's a little self-seeded tomato and basil near the front door, which is very cute, so somebody was trying. But yeah, they don't look like they've been planted there with any kind of planning. This is another Aussie native, and also in the Melaleuca kind of family. I believe it's probably a leptospermum of some kind. I can't see the flowers out at the moment, but yeah, they're coming out. Here you've got little buds, so they're probably little white leptospermum flowers. There are other varieties that spread to a flat kind of canopy, but that's more of one of the upright ones, if I'm correct. It's been a while since I worked there, and this just makes me sad. The empty garden beds, but I can see where they're coming from. If it's an Airbnb, you're not there to look after it. And, yeah, more of the same up the other end. I don't want to show you too much of the house because it's not my house to show, but just if I show you things that you can't identify it by, I'm sure it's fine. These are a really good coastal plant. We are near the beach, so that's a Banksia. Yeah, it could be a marginata. It's hard to tell without the flowers. But yeah, the marginatas are used near the beach quite a bit. So here I'd put something like a Rhambudia spinescens, one of the greeny silver kind of foliaged plants. They grow quite low and quite lush. On the way to this area from Melbourne, there are quite a lot of plants in the plantings near the freeway that look like Rhambudia spinescens. Yeah, that would be good. Some really tough little things like zinnias would add a pop of colour along the fence. Yeah, you could even put some lomandras or dianellas, Lamandra longifolia or Dianella tasmanica. Something like that is so tough. When I was up in the tropics, we had dianellas all around the bush and nobody ever watered those, and you had really dry season and really wet season in the rocky tropics, where my rocky tropics gardening YouTube channel began. But yes, there are a lot of Aussie natives you could also put here, and you might even not need a watering system once they're established. So in about 6 months' time, you could probably leave some Aussie natives here that aren't watered at all with a watering system, or by hand at least a couple of times a week. I suppose someone comes in and cleans their Airbnb, maybe they could do some watering or turn the watering system on or check that it's working. But yeah, not everybody's a gardener and not everybody thinks that way, so that's fair enough. But yeah, it just makes my little gardening heart sad to see bare garden beds. So yes, something could be done about that, but it's not my place, it's not my Airbnb. But yeah, it's been lovely being here. Anyway, have a lovely day, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.